Howdy everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are at the mountain again, and I figured today this would be a perfect spot slash beautiful area to test out metering modes. So there's different varieties of metering to tell what is middle gray, or 18 stops I believe it is. So we have four different kinds actually: spotted, partial, metered. There's a bunch of different kinds of it. So today we'll try each one of them in the camera, taking pictures with each one. We'll see how it looks. Oh wow, that beautiful sunrise this morning. Howdy, welcome back to another video. Today we are up in Mount Albion testing out our camera's different metering modes. So today we're going to go around, try to find something that's very even slash well lit, and then we're going to try all four of the different versions of it, and I'll insert the name at the bottom of each picture so you guys can see. Let me know in the comment section down below which one looks better. Now today it was about, I want to say 11 degrees, maybe 10 degrees when we were riding up here. So I am absolutely decked out, as well as wearing thermals today. Winter time is definitely almost upon us. Well, fall anyway. The fall has just about hit us, and the temperature has dipped wildly. During the nighttime, it pretty much goes down to single digits, and then back up in the day, we're back up to plus 20. So it's like you almost need your winter jacket soon. I was thinking for our first photograph, the tree here, how it kind of sticks out a little bit over this. If I could actually get my camera set up in this spot right here. The only thing, it looks very cluttered. I would like to be able to shoot it this way, kind of looking right at, I guess right about here would be all right. Kind of using that as a natural frame to draw you through to the second one. So we're gonna switch to aperture priority. Oops. So in aperture priority, what it does is you set the aperture, it then figures out what the rest of the shutter speed should be in order to get the perfect balance. So at f11 right here, it's saying 1/6 of a second. Go to partial metering, 1/8 of a second, so it's a little bit brighter. And then center weighted. So in aperture priority, we're going to leave all the settings the same, except so again, we're going to start in evaluating meter mode. F11, 0.8 of a second. Partial metering. Spot metering. So this time I put a little bit of the sky into it as well, just to show it that, hey, there is sky up there. And then center weighted. Great Lake Waterfront Trail. I like how that kind of draws you into it with the Y there. But, ooh. I have to try all these different areas later on. First, we're going to ride around, see if we can find any other compositions. Now this actually is really interesting for a foreground. And then we just use one of the trees around here to actually kind of draw your interest into it, especially that one right there. You can see there's this giant spider web right there, kind of bisecting the tree, and you can see it is not long for this world. Interestingly enough though, look how many leaves are still out there turning green. And then bam, just brings that right into focus. Well, let's set up my camera again, take a picture of this. Now, I've moved my camera a little bit closer. I do a little bit of trickery with the tripod to make sure it wouldn't fall over. So I'm just trying to focus in a little bit more on where the bottom hole is, but not still completely detracting you from the top area. Now, the light has started streaming through and it's hitting completely different spots. So I'm gonna wait here probably another 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, as the light is already right here and it just has to move over a couple of feet to the right and it will actually be able to illuminate my subject. The top of the trees, like the actual top of the branches, they are starting to get light. This has been a gorgeous day. With the temperature dropping so suddenly and drastically, I have not seen a single mosquito or fly today. This is just one of those days. I was looking out over here and I saw another tree. It's looking like about half of it is completely destroyed, but it looks like a second tree is growing literally inside of it. That is crazy. Now for this one, I'm using the evaluative metering mode because I want it to light up a fair amount of it, but I still want because I still want to preserve the highlights / preserve the shadows, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down one stop from middle gray, just so that in Lightroom later on, I can raise back up a little bit of the shadows if I need to, but it will still be dark enough to sort of draw your attention into it without giving away too much. 1/25th of a second at f2. I'm trying to get a very shallow depth of field. So that way that some of the trees behind it will just starting to fall off. So this is what it will look like from over here. So originally, where we had it a bit more over in this direction, you see how there's the second tree really close. So this tree over here, it kind of detracts from the image a little bit. And from this side, there is a tree behind it, which I was almost able to completely cover by the actual subject. And by moving this over a little bit, I want just the tip of that tree right in focus. So make sure you are careful when you are looking around with the shot. You see how the branches are just starting to stick in right here? The one, it kind of looks interesting, but I don't need all of it, whereas I only need about right there where the 3 branches break off from it. That's pretty much right where I like it. And then how it removes a majority of the distractions, especially on this side. How it just helps to clean up a little bit more of the tree. Now we can absolutely go down to f1.8. just to go back down to 1. Readjust our focus. Make sure that's good and ready. Then as you, it says -1 for the compensation. So we're at about -1 for the compensation, just so that later on I can actually go and recover some of the highlights, but making sure that it is dark enough that it does draw your eye right into it. Well, a little bit of light did come on it, but only a little bit where the base is, kind of where I wanted majority of the shadow to remain. So we'll probably have to wait for the light to be good enough overhead to actually come down and kind of hit it evenly. But that probably wouldn't be for at least another 4 or 5 hours minimum. Now, of course, with manual, you do have a lot more control actually. But if you're in a bit of a hurry and you're trying to snap something and you're not caring as much about the speed, the shutter speed as much, you could absolutely use aperture, priority, and then spot meter in very fine areas. So there are different use cases for stuff like that. But with landscape photography, you want to evaluate the entire scene, especially like right now we have light streaming through, but only at different areas. So it absolutely would overexpose. Well, actually, I'll show you guys. This would overexpose and blow out all of the pictures. Just how there's a bit of sunlight streaming through. Oh, we got a little bridge here. Boom. Dang, that was a big bump. Oh, wow. Well, thanks for stopping by the channel today, guys. In the comment section down below, let me know which metering modes you use most often. Do you switch around? Do you use different ones, or do you usually just kind of leave it in the same one and call it a day? Give us a like on this video if you found this entertaining, and we'll catch you guys again next week.